Hi, welcome, welcome to my tube. I'm Marge. I'm a Hilka empath. I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. My eyebrows flipping out. I need to tweeze them. You tweeze your eyebrows. You pluck a chicken. I need to tend to those. If you look good, you feel good. What is going on with that? Alright, I'm done. My eyes just gonna draw on it. I forgot I was an irresponsible YouTuber. I set up this stream and then I went and was sitting outside under my trees and I was grounding and just kind of thinking about stuff because I'm awful floaty today. My thoughts are just like, what? And then I came back inside and I was like, oh shit, I was going to do a little talk on the way I feel about things. Oops. It was funny because I woke up and I was like, I'd gotten a contribution to the channel. Thank you. Thank you for your help, your assistance. For those that are contributing right now, it's for my collective's highest good, and for that I'll always be grateful. I got my aspect this morning. They come up at 9, my natal aspect. And the one that came up this morning, it's funny, they always just affirm what I think. They don't like usually come up and then like that how it is. Usually I get a little sample because they come about 9 o'clock in the morning. Usually I get a little sample of my day and then those come up and I was like, oh, alright, that's why. Let's see if I can find it. Is it Astrofuture? See, the only thing is when the aspects pop up, that then you lose them. That's why I take screen grabs of them. And then now, the iPhone OS, its new thing is you can take pictures, but until you plug it into electricity, it won't recognize the pictures. I hate that. I hate it. That's a terrible idea. Whoever's idea came up with that, take their fucking ribbon away. That's just stupid. So now that I plugged into power, did it get the screen grab? No, it did not get the screen grab. So I can't reread it. Basically, it just affirms what I already said, that freaking things are just, with my planetary alignments and my aspects, things are just extra floaty. I was looking at Mom's hands this morning, because I've been around people that are older than me in life, you know, but freaking man, she has like a little bruise on her hand where she bumped something, little bump. But I took a picture of her. She has like no liver spots, nothing. Like her skin is clear. I'm kind of hyper vigilant about it too, though. Like, all right, Mom, we got to change your socks today, because changing socks is kind of an ordeal around here, because they all got to fit just right. Because she was born with club feet, so she had a lot of surgeries on her feet. So her feet are, I mean, everybody's feet are sensitive, but her feet are uber sensitive because they were cut into so many times. And then they had to stretch her feet apart. You know, basically torture. I mean, it's for her own good, but it freaking hurts. It's intentional pain for her, you know. But freaking man, for years she had to wear those like Forrest Gump braces and have casts on her feet every summer to straighten her, and just a nightmare. It's much different now, but you know, people are mostly primitive and their ideas about things are very, very basic, and that's what we're seeing. I can't wait till the next wave of technology when the control freaks release all the technology that they've been using for themselves and playing, you know, for themselves and stuff like that. For us, commoners get to use all the you know. I was having a conversation this morning with someone about how I see the future, how it's all the technologies like Black Panther technology and stuff. It's how it's supposed to be. Just the control freaks are like, nope, just all you gotta do is earn them good grades and then go to college, and then you know, college these days is $200,000 and maybe you'll get a job, you know, and then, but it doesn't matter because you're just going to be spending the rest of your life paying off that student debt anyway. For most people, not for some, not for all. There's a lot of people that have been, you know, born into families that were really important, that had a lot of money, and that they've died, and then now they've been, you know, left a lot of money and trust funds and accounts and stuff like that. But most people don't get that shit. Most people don't get the advantages of generations of privilege. I don't give a fuck what color your skin is. Privilege is privilege. It ain't no skin color thing, man. You know, if you didn't work for what you got, then why are you so fucking quick to hang on to it? You know, people that pay themselves upwards of $15,000, because that's what people in Congress and senators make. You know, talking about maybe a second payment at $1,200. You know, 536 people collectively make up the minimum annual income of $92 million. But us poor people ain't worth maybe a second, you know. All the people with minimum wage jobs, they just got to make bank. They're just making $600 a week. That's like rich stuff to me. To me, that's a lot of fucking money. $600 a week from where I sit. And I used to have disposable income, man. I used to have so much. I'd get paid, and then I'd just scroll around on Amazon and just look at all the stuff that I needed to get to add to my life. And what happened is I was reminded that I got a spirit. Yeah. Everybody is reminded at some point in time. Well, we're always being reminded, but it's how receptive we are to acknowledging that fact that we have a spirit. Because you don't get a lot of stuff. If you acknowledge that you got a spirit, there's a lot of other shit that you don't get to do. You don't get to chase sensations as much. You don't get to, you know, it's not as gratifying to look for people that are attractive to your eyes, and then you chase sensations and rub on them and secrete freaking bodily functions for a moment, and then go on back to your life and think, where's the spirit in that? The world is changing. There's always a way that it was supposed to be. But the control freaks freaking for eons have been directing the line of thinking, but now people are coming into collective consciousness where, you know, energy. People are going by energy and telepathy and telekinesis and their superpowers and all that shit. On Instagram, go check it out. Yesterday, Michael, Peace Dealer, did a quick rundown of what astrological signs and sun signs, what your superpowers are. So if you don't know what the potential of all that you can be, then go listen to people and find out what you are. You know, listen to other people from different backgrounds. Barging in Benny. Come on, Heifer Pumperdink. It's the Benzo Show. Cute butts drive me nuts. Come here before Luna eats her face off. She don't like the stinky boys. She says, "Stinky boys, get away from me." That's what Luna says. She gets like, when they walk by, she's like, "Arr!" When she's asleep. Not when she's awake. She like all of us. Well, I don't know about that. Her bite is pretty bad. I've gotten that. So I did make a couple notes. I'm not just going to ramble on. Rambling on. I saw that they were clearing the way 9 months later to get that person, that man, I believe it's that construction worker, out of the debris in New Orleans, Hard Rock Cafe. 9 months. I couldn't fucking believe I read that article. That I'm like, there's still a person 9 months later. They are him-hawing, screwing around, having conversations about, really? Oh, 2020, the year clear. That happened back in October of last year, and there's still, now he's like bones. Now they're gonna retrieve a skeleton, because all his freaking, 9 months later, dude, someone got pregnant that, like, around the time that happened, and had a baby during the time that fucking bureaucrats had a conversation about retrieving human remains out of a fucking botched construction job. Right? But how much money did they pay for their permits and passes to build. And then fucking people that know what they're doing can't do it. They're, can't improve their lifestyle because of the fucking bureaucratic bureaucrats bullshit. Did I tell you the funny story about how on Instagram the other day I posted the picture of these two bros, these City of Salem cars that we pay for? They're brand new. What are those, Nissans now? Mazda? Where are they getting a sport around? I should have looked at... Anyway, second bro waved. He waved when I took the picture. I was like, yeah, it's like 11 o'clock. They just show up for work at 9. Probably had a cup of coffee, went in and took their morning dump. Got a bran muffin. So let's go sit out in the parking lot and hit Walmart, hunt Turner, and sit back and then maybe go look at something. That's the thing. These guys pay themselves like $30, $35, $40 an hour to do this shit. But I don't got running water, right? So funny story is I had my grown-up camera because I was going to go scout out a place to take Mom today, but it's going to be too hot. And I saw this same car, same number. I got another picture in a different parking lot. This was taken on Monday. The picture I got was yesterday. Same car, tag number. And the thing is if I go down to the car lot and be like, hey, who's checking out this car? You might want to make him give a lot of his payback because he does not doing his job. None of them do. It just cracks me up, man. It cracks me up. And if everybody did that, if everybody put freaking, just, hey, you're not like looking for like evil doings or anything. All you're doing is like, you're not fucking doing what you're paid to do. You're not getting paid to do your jobs. People, all these bureaucrats and these politicians, it's a circle agreed to create cognitive dissonance. They are not created to ever fix anything. It's just always like pots on a stove. They're just supposed to move shit around to look like they're always doing something, but nothing ever gets done. But they just keep raising taxes and the cracks of society keep getting wider and wider, and they're totally malevolent. They just don't care. They just don't care because they always had everybody to pamper them and do things for them and make sure they had everything. And they don't know what it's like to struggle. So if people really truly at the top, at this trickle-down economics, where they forgot to trickle down, and they forget on a daily basis that, oh wait, you know what is hilarious? Yesterday, all the fucking fatheads, all this Apple, face butt. Are you gonna miss face butt? Because face butt's gonna go away. Face butt time on this planet is about done. Because as big as things get, I always think about that. As big as things that flash in, they flash out too. Everything has a timeline. Everything has a shelf life. Because, whatever happened to MySpace? There's always going to be something next and bigger and latest and greatest, but it always turns out to be the same. Facebook is going away. It's all who's in charge and how they feel that way. Everything is who's in charge and how they feel that way. It's always been that way. Governments have bombed other countries because they wanted to prove a point. And to make a whole assload of money. Everybody knows it's all about money. And so it's weird now that people that say, no, it's not. I remember when I was a little girl, we were still residually afraid of communists in Russia. And I was born into a hard time. I was born right into the lap of corruption. So if you don't think I understand the vibration of corrupt, no vibrational beings, I don't know what to tell you. When I was born, Nixon was president. Yeah. They've been talking shit. It's just, none of it's... When somebody... I ask this every now and again. Somebody tell me when any politician has ever said anything true. Ever. Because politics are a reindeer game. Politics are made up. Politics are for the people that were so awkward and so analytical that the drama kids said, no, you can't hang out with us because you're too weird. Then they created political science, and they're like, okay, then we will just make up our own game. Because a lot of them played chess and stuff like that, watched fucking Godfather, did all the same shit. And then one day we will take over the world. And then we'll get back at all those people that were mean to us. That's what we're seeing right now. And the people that they're like, wait a minute. This is not adding up. The math is not adding up. The math don't add up. Wait a minute, because energy doesn't lie. So people know when someone's in front of them and they're saying things and it's a bull-faced lie. I'm a terrible fucking liar. I suck at lying. I've been telling on myself since I was a little girl because I know if I try to get out of it, my face just, I'm a tell. So I might as well just tell you what I did. To my advantage, fast forward years later, it's been to my advantage because of all that karma I didn't acquire from lying. And which later evolved into the fact that I'm not going to do something unless I'm willing to tell something about it. Because that if I start acting and doing things and then I don't tell people about it, those are secrets and those are shadow behaviors. And when I start living in the shadows of my behavior, that's where the darkness grows. And the secrets, that's what gets people stuck in their ego. Because they will do whatever they can to cover up their secrets. Whatever they can. And that's what we're figuring out. Because now old girl's singing like a canary, I'm sure. I'm sure, Max. Oh, man, the stuff that's coming out. Hold on to your hats, folks. The next week is going to just be the biggest shit show you have ever seen. Or ever even thought that you could see. I hope you don't have heroes. Hope you're not going to be too disappointed on the people that are coming out for who they are. And I hope I can maintain my grace and my dignity throughout all this and have enough sense just to not. Just do not engage. Do not engage. People are just want to just bait. The baiters are out. Just give them a reason. They're just begging for it. Just do it. Don't give them a reason. Don't put your hands. Keep your hands to yourself, y'all. Keep your hands to yourself. And you know, a lot of people, we're spirits having a human experience. We're just supposed to experience things. So I think about how many people on the planet have never taken a blow to the face. That's the spirits I had by the hand of my brother. We used to fight so bad, and then it got fucking unfair because he's bigger than me, and then in high school he went into wrestling. He did have a wrestling coach that I think tried to teach him that you're not supposed to hit girls, but he had already seen so many girls hit that I don't think that programming went in. So, and he never really looked at me as a girl anyway. So, dude, freaking last time we got an altercation is after he got back from basic training. This is after he had a taste of Watts, but the riots in LA in '89. So he was all, ooh, man, and there is an occasion that I'm freaking 16 years old. I'm the kid, right? I'm the youngest, and it's just estranged parents and him and me. And then it was like I had to go see my dad down in Atascadero, and then Mom was coming down from Redding to meet Sacramento and brought my brother some groceries and showed up at his house. And I guess they did all this stuff. I show up. My brother's just livid. My dad's pissed off. He's just done with me. Dumps me off. And and then as soon as my dad leaves, my brother's like, what the he's like, Mom showed up. And I'm like, yeah, she's my ride home. And he's like, nope. And he just went unhinged. Freaking, we get in a fight. I go after his freaking, that's all I can do. That's like, you come after me, I don't care who you are, you better protect your manhood because that is where I'm going. That's my biggest defense. So I'm like, I'm like, get off me. He freaking slams my head. Now, he's of age at this point. I'm pretty sure he's over 18 at this time. It was on the fine wine, but anyway. He just went. He'd already signed his name on basic training, so he was old enough to know it was already assault. Slammed my head into the ground, and then fucker made me drive home to Sacramento or to Redding from Sacramento with my head still ringing. I just had him drop me off at my friend's house because mom was too upset. I don't even know where she was. I was locked out. I used to get locked out all the time. Never even got keys to the houses that I lived in. So, if you don't come home, you're going to sleep outside under the tree. All right, whatever. Sleep on the roof, under the stars. I don't care. So, yeah, now he's a big wig lawyer, big lawyer, high up in the government of California. That's how I know that they're fucking scumbag assholes. Is because I'm related to one. I speak from experience, and he never did me no favors then, and he sure don't do me no favors now. So, I guess if he was worried about me talking about his behavior, he never would have acted that way. But what do I care? What do I care? What people think of me is none of my business, because people have treated me so awful my whole entire life, and I'm just like, hi, I'm Marge, want to be friends, let's hang out. Yeah, let's hang out. And then I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I know I waste all my money on people, I spend all my energy on people, I just am a fool, because I only knew the narcissistic vibration because that's what I grew up around. And then when I started hanging out with friends of Bill W. and started looking into psychology and recovery and just learning everything I can about science and systems and all this stuff, and stopped paying so much about people, and then started tracking astrology. And what I started coming to the realization is people are mostly basically all just the same. People just want to make connections with people. They do. We're just spirits. And the bigger the connections you make, same freak tribe, the higher you vibe, and it feels good. And people are coming into their guilds and their tribes and their friends and their vibes, and it's pretty cool, because we're not supposed to live sequestered alone by ourselves as a solo existence. I think at one point in my life I was like, I just F the world, nobody understands me, I just want to be by myself. And so I created a world where was in isolation, and I am ready to emerge a butterfly from my catalyst cast whatever. And then everybody's got hurts, everybody's got pain, everybody's been through shit. You got to get through it, and look how much the world is just kind of stopped in the middle and just sat in their shit. Because that's just easy place to be, just stay in your shit. No, you got to look at it, and then you got to help yourself heal through that stuff. It ain't easy, but it's always worth it. I was thinking about that. I've been watching American Housewives, and it was the last episode. I thought there was 5 seasons, but it was 5 seasons because they're waiting for, I guess it got renewed. One exists, but it hasn't yet been created. And I was like, they affirmed last night why I always like to talk to the prettiest person in the room. I don't care if it's the boy or girl. It's always best for me if it's a girl, but I always like to talk if there's a really, because I like to get their perspective on life, because people treat people different when they're good looking, when they have common features that everybody's drawn to. Dude, they don't even need money in life. Their face is their currency, or people that look like other people. It could be on the downfall too, because I know people that look like that freaking Epstein dude, and that's not someone you want to look like. Or even, people get ideas in their mind about people with the same name. I do that. Everybody does it. If they didn't, there wouldn't be trends like Karen. Stuff like that. So I thought that was cool that American Housewives played on that, because the girl called and was like, yeah, people don't talk to me because of my looks. And that happens a lot. you know, that people can get that you know, it's not just like us uggos. I know I'm not ugly, but I ain't like, my looks ain't ever gonna but I guess I don't think I would ever use my looks to get me in a place so egoic, because it's kind of contrary to me. The new world, you're going to be able to get to use your merit and your heart space and your currency. I just saw a chick that had a video where she makes little baskets out of pine needles. Do you know how good that would smell too? That would smell so good. You'd put your little problems in it, write down your problems, your worries, like a God box. Remember one year I made 10 God boxes. My God is a different God, and I call my God Source now. King! But I made, and it got the fancy hinges, lined them all with the velvet felt. They were pretty good. I thought I got the stamp, made them all God box. I wonder how many of those are around or in a landfill. Did those in freaking cutting the pieces on that in a table saw in November in Bellevue, Nebraska. It was cold. I had a little space heater. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Gotta get these presents done. Christmas is coming. I used to buy into all that shit. Now I just give people presents all the time whenever I come in, you know, whenever I think about it. I don't wait. I always thought Christmas was stupid and nonsensical and silly. I'm like, you know, people treat each other so shitty all year round, and then come Christmas, it's like, here, I'm gonna buy your love and make up with it with this fucking gaming console, okay? You're a complete asshole because I never spent time with you. But here, this will make up for it. But I think it's rad that all the freaking, all got put on blast in Congress yesterday. I don't know. I think it's all a reindeer game. It's all a waste. They all, you know, absorb our resources exuberantly, shamefully, take the way that, yeah. We all, every human being, from like the first breath. Could you imagine if every human being, from the first breath that they take, it's like, because they already have your number, they already give you a social, might as well be tied to an account, no chips involved, just maybe an ATM card that from the time you're born, $2,000 in your deposit, you know, then by the time you want to have an age, you want to go to school, you swipe your card, go to that class. You know, you want to go, you know, it's always there right there. You don't have to take loans. You don't, you know. Hopefully, no, people have to pay, millionaires have to tell people that they ain't worth shit. That's how it's been. And then it's like, no, you can't say things like we live in a slave planet and things like that. And then, you know, people aren't being farmed. Dude, the whole medical industry is farming people. They poison people to make them sick, to send them to doctors so doctors can go, let's try this. Let's give them this, and then we'll pay. And then who knows how it's going to turn out, because it's all crazy mad science. But we'll make them all pay for it. And where's the spirit in that? So people are figuring out they got a spirit, and that they got a lot more abilities and powers, and they've kind of wasted them, actually. And a lot of people feel bad about squandering and wasting their own shit, so they're going to take it out. This freaking, dude, today's Thursday. It's going to be a gnarly-ass weekend, man. It's going to be a gnarly-ass weekend. I should have got some popcorn last time I went to the store. Really. I'm just going to be like, it's going to be gnarly. Oh, and I did make some notes of some key dates. This is according to Petrie. Joni Petrie? She's Vedic astrologer. August 13th, volatile. People just mad on August 13th. And actually the 14th and through the 16th, highly likelihood for floods and water. Hurricanes, floods, torrential. Mother Earth, Gaia, upgrading her operating system. That's what she's doing. Gaia 2.0. That's what she's doing. So we're going along for a ride. I saw shamanic resonance. Is that bouncing today? I haven't checked today, but I know that everything is just waking up. Everything is just waking up. And so either think about how you wake up in the morning. I used to wake up and just go, but I always had a purpose. Like, get up and go. Get up and go. Get up and go. But how do people act when they get up and they got no place to go? I mean, do people get up? I used to get up. For the first year that I lived here, 2 years that I lived here in Oregon, I used to get up so mad. I have my feet, I could feel the heat in my feet, because I know this because it's only been in the last week that the energy shifted, that when I wake up, that my feet aren't, or they're hot, but they don't stay hot. See, and that's energy, people. It is no joke. Energy is a lot of it is, if they were remedied earlier, would prevent things like, oh God, so many physical ailments, diabetes, heart disease, all the things that kill people. If people just thought in terms of energy and frequency. But people can anytime they want. I didn't think, a lot of the ways that I think right now today, I did not think just last year. So we're all evolving and going on this path, and we all have this little piece. We're all just a little piece, like a disco ball. We're all just a little glass piece, mirror reflection on a disco ball. And it's what we choose to reflect in that. Because most of my life I've gone out because I've been so hurt and mad and sad and hurt. Just like, why are fucking people dicks to me all the time? They're dicks to me all the time. And so I quit asking myself that for a while, and then so I just started mirroring the dickness at them. So when people were a jerk to me, I would just counter that with a big old blast of asshole, so that way it's just like they would stop messing with me. Because you're coming at me with this, I will raise you that, match you that, and blast you back, just so we can be done here. Because I'm just trying to find people that want to be decent to each other. Because I know there's enough people out there that just want to suck. So that's kind of what me as a Heyoka do. As you blast me with your love, I will blast you, meet you, and blast you back. If you blast me with your hate, I will do the same thing. And that's what, we're all little Heyoka. We're all little narcissists. We're all full aspects of that one shadow. It's where you choose to live from. I live the life as a narcissist every day. I did that when I freaking went to work at and I wasn't seeing where mom's deficits were. She's fine. I got stuff to do. She'll be fine. She can Then I moved out here and my world was made to stop. And I became a lot more observant. When you have to stop and have no choice but to look around, because I'm a creative, smart person. And so if I do not use, it's one of the reasons why I do these talks, is to get my stuff out. Because if I don't get my stuff, I dance in the backyard to get my energy out. I go walking in the neighborhood taking my pictures to get my energy out. I do all this creative stuff to get my energy out, because if I sit here and think, all I will do is think myself back into a way of where I'm hurt and I'm sad and the world is mean to me, and I might as well just go get a bottle of Jack Daniels, some ice, maybe, I like it neat mostly, and then just dive into that. And then if mom eats, there's loaves of bread, she can eat as many pieces of, and then I go down that ego, and then I'll be dead. Because karma's like, well, if that's the way you're going to live, you're not living your true path, so we're done here. And then where does that leave my family? So, I learned a while back that this life is not for me. I am a practitioner. I am here to make the place better than I found it. And I was found the no vibrational frequency of evil when I was 10 months old. I was a 10-month-old baby. I was one of those babies that doesn't happen to, because usually people like that, people like me, that things like that happen to, we don't grow up and learn how to soothe ourselves. We are not a common denominator. So that's why I tell my stories. It's not because I am manifesting more shit in my life or any of that. It's because bad shit happens to people, and I want other people to know that if this stuff has happened to you, you are not alone, and you've gotten through your pain every day thus far, and hang on, and there's ways that you can live every day joyful, blissful life. So rest of this incarnation anyway, because there's so much more. This is just a blip, man. This is just a blip on the radar, and people be acting crazy because they're scared. They're scared. That's what we're seeing. The whole planet is scared people, and this is how people act when they're scared. So, where's the spirit in that? That's about all I got for now. I hope you have a rad day. Peace.